Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You brothers that sincerely do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shimon. This week's quick topic is going to be entitled Why Ukraine and Georgia is so important to NATO. All right. And the reason I'm entitling this is because this fits in with prophecy. All right. NATO is since 2017. Well, really for not since 2017, for the longest. NATO is just pretty much a front for U.S. to use their army to go into these different foreign and European countries, right? That's how come they got Montenegro in 2017 to be a part of NATO, because that has a direct effect on Russia's economy. See, the goal right now, what America is doing, is trying to collapse Russia's economy and put a puppet in there, just like they did during the time with Trotsky and Stalin. All right. Remember when they had the League of Nations? Who opposed the League of Nations? The Tsar of Russia. So the goal was to get the Tsar out there, because the Tsar was a monarchy. The Tsar was a monarch. The goal was to get him out. They did that with the Bolshevik movement, or communism, and killed him and all the heirs. Right. So right now, since this guy Putin is being a hindrance, they're trying to collapse the Russian economy. Right. Not only that now, but check it out. Georgia and Ukraine were once Soviet. Was a part of the Soviet Union, and of course it was controlled at the head by Russia in Russia's capital, Moscow, right? So the things that's so dangerous about having Georgia and Ukraine join NATO for Russia is that these countries border Russia, all right? They actually have like different, they have borderlines like super close with Ukraine and Russia, right? And the thing is this: now, since NATO is just a front for America to use their U.S. armies to invade countries, Russia doesn't want Ukraine and Georgia to join NATO, because now you have missiles at your borders, because that's all America is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of these different fleets and putting missiles right at the very edge of the borderlines of Russia. And that's why they want Ukraine and Georgia. Okay? And as we can see, pursuant to the book of Joel, man, and when you look at these geopolitics and you see all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, you could clearly see through prophecy, as we've been saying, from the apostles and elders, the valley of Jehoshaphat, all these nations are going to be gathered to start this third world's war, is the Middle East, man. All right, that's why all these moves that are being made. The main thing is the Middle East, man. All right, so they want Ukraine, they want Georgia, and it's very dangerous, for America to do that. But at the end of the day, the third world war is inevitable, and I remember that's probably why they shut this guy's channel down, Rand Paul. He stopped Senator McCain, which McCain is dead now, from pretty much getting Montenegro as soon as they could have. All right, and they want Ukraine. So a while back, Russia went into Ukraine, right, and put troops in Ukraine. If Ukraine was a part of NATO at that time, if they'd have got their wishes, that would have been a reason for America to go to war with Russia. And the Spirit's been having me say this for back-to-back shows. This third world war is inevitable, all right? And America is pushing it, all right? Not just America. You have Israel and you have Saudi Arabia, but not only those nations, all right? But America is backed by Britain and France. Why is that? Because Britain and France are puppet nations for the Rothschilds, all right? The Rothschild elites. And their goal ultimately is to have a third world war That's how come the ships, these naval ships that America have in the Mediterranean, when they put naval ships in the Mediterranean Sea, so France and Britain did the same exact thing to back them. But pursuant to prophecy, all these nations that America are allied with are going to turn their back on America. First of all, NATO was created to as an opposition to the Soviet Union was to ever go to war again. But guess what? The Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. So why should NATO exist? Because they fit in prophecy. All right. When you go into the 10 horns and the beast, it goes into NATO and the EU. All right. This beast, NATO and the EU, is the Roman Empire pretty much coming back again. Sorry, excuse me. So these allies that's joining NATO, a majority of them are going to turn their back and wake up to say, wait a minute, America is using us as its puppets. And the Most High, pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, is going to put pruning hooks in the mouth of Russia and turn them back into that Soviet Union type mindset of being joined together against one common enemy. And that common enemy is going to be America. It's going to be Israel, okay? And their allies, okay? But mainly America and Israel. In other words, Saudi Arabia might turn their back on the U.S. and America, or they might just suffer the same judgment when China, North Korea, and Russia starts letting off their nuclear missiles. Once you let these arrows go, you cannot pull it back, pursuant to the book of Ezra, the 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Geopolitics that's being played out right now on a major scale all fits into biblical prophecy. This is the Most High gathering these nations together, using trade wars, using sanctions, using smaller nations to join NATO and to cripple each other's economy, to ditching each other's money source, not trading in the petrodollar, using rubles, using yens. These economic tariffs, trade wars, sanctions, is all going to lead to a third world war. And there's a reason the scriptures don't speak about a fourth woe. They speak about 3 woes. And 2 woes already happened. These were world wars. The third woe is going to be the woe to end all woes. Think about it. There's no fourth woes in the scriptures. It's woe, woe, woe. Why would there be no more woes after? Because this third world war is not going to be a war with men screaming, stomping each other in blood, sounds of chariots, sounds of chopper helicopters and tanks. This war is going to be with fire, nuclear fire. This is the horsemen's that's mentioned in the scriptures, 200 million, 200,000 or 200 million. And it's the same battle army horsemen mentioned in the book of Joel. These missiles, when they get fired, they're going to look like men. And it's going to look like an army. Because these blessed instruments of destruction is going to be the instruments that's going to ultimately get us out of this wicked rulership. Alright? The same weapon that the Most High blessed the so-called white man with by putting the German scientist, or the smith, as it says in Isaiah 54:16, he created the smith that blew the coal in the fire. He opened their mind to this capability of creating something that could damn near destroy and reshape the planet Earth. All for his purpose, man. The Most High is just a terrible, dreadful power that we all should fear. And every now and again, when mankind falls deep into wickedness, the Most High shows you the penalty of that. And this generation is long overdue for discipline. because it's exceedingly wicked. That's how come the Most High has damn near 7 to 9 billion people on the planet Earth right now. There's never been this much people on the planet Earth. And that purpose is to serve this great judgment, the judgment to end all judgment. The second death, as is written in the book of Revelations, man. So yeah, if Georgia and Ukraine become a part of NATO, and this guy Vladimir Putin said it himself, that could lead to great repercussions. Because nobody wants damn near missiles at their fucking borders. Hey man, that could be another catalyst to kick us in this thing, man. Plus you have that shit going over there in the Middle East. There's just a lot going on, man. Alright, there's a lot going on. Geopolitics, the Most High is moving these motherfuckers, man. And right now, you know America, they're ready for it. America wants this third war. All you gotta do is just look at this guy, John Bolton. Every time he speaks about Iran and Israel. Alright? So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Wealth. And salutations to hopeful elect out there, man. You brothers that sincerely do this thing with truth and sincerity. Shalom.